What up, YouTube? Digital. Let's talk skilled work. Because skill comes in many different factors and forms and everything else. But when it comes to labeling as a job, it's kind of universal in a way. Now, Lazy Gorillas just did a video about his experience with Home Depot, which was funny because my wife and I pretty much had the same experience. And we walked out, and it was just fucking whatever. But anywho, now I posted a couple comments about how retail has low skill workers, which is true. It's a low skill job. There's a few different places make skill indexes as far as employment. Insurance companies use them, to help with like workman's comp. There's a whole bunch of many things that use these skill indexes. Now, somebody in retail is not that much higher than fast food. Fast food and retail are types of jobs that are not made for a grown adult family to live on with kids. You know, I'm sorry if this hurts anybody's feelings, but it's the fucking truth. It never was meant to be a high dollar job. And I'm not even talking, I'm talking minimum wage and a half. So time and a half. It's not made to be that. And people get pissed off. They get on TV and they're saying that they can't raise their family on it. When in fact, it's their fault they can't raise their family on it because they're not supposed to be there. These types of jobs are not what what drives America. Manufacturing was one of those types of jobs. Now, in manufacturing, there are some skilled jobs in manufacturing, but the bulk of manufacturing is not skilled, it's unskilled. Now, till the 80s, a lot of the manufacturing was done by white Americans. When the 80s happened, retail started booming. We had malls and all this other cool shit. So people that were working in manufacturing, especially females, they found that you can get paid more by working in retail, and it's usually like 50 cents an hour, or maybe a quarter or more an hour or whatever, working retail than you could working in a shitty factory. So where do you think they went? Yeah. And yet again, my mom worked manufacturing for 15 years. She was on welfare all 15 years. My mom did not finish high school. So don't worry, I'm bashing my own mother. Could she have gone back to get her GED? Yeah, most of the time now in a lot of places you can just show up to take the test. You don't have to take the class. Did she do any of that? She wanted to at one point, but she didn't. Was she able to get any good job besides that type of shit? No. Now, when I was doing janitorial and I was hiring people, at first we didn't give a shit about high school diplomas. We figured we're just hiring people to clean toilets. Now, it came down to every person we found that did not have a high school diploma turned out to be a shitty employee. Now, there's probably exceptions to the rule out there. There always is. But we found out quickly if they didn't want to even go back to take a simple test, there's probably a reason. And so we started requiring a high school diploma. And our turnover rate became a lot better. People feel entitled, and people feel that they just, well, I don't want to go to college. That's fine. But you need some trade. You need something. Anything. Skating through at the bare bottom is not going to make it anymore. You're not supposed to. Okay? Your pay is a reflection of what you've known before and what you're good at now. it's not just the job itself, it's whether or not you can actually do the job. So if you haven't gone to Vader, go outside. If you haven't gone to college or whatever, then you need to think about it. If you're in high school right now watching this video and you don't know what you're going to do with your life, you need to start thinking about that. It's okay if you change careers in the middle of your life. No one gives a shit. But you need to have something. Okay? Now, a lot of people disagree with a college education. I disagree with that. I say that, yeah, there is some bad fucking choices in college education. But you should be smart enough to figure out what you need for what you want to do, get that, and get out. Okay? If you go take and get some underwater basket weaving bullshit, well, then that's your own fucking fault. Okay? So, yeah. But right now, there's a couple more levels I can go, and then after that, there is absolutely no way I can go higher without a college degree. They will not even consider it. Even though I have a 10-year work record and all this other bullshit, they will not even consider it. So that is up to me to handle, and I got to handle that on my own, so I will be going back to school to be doing that. Okay? So this is all something that, you know, I gotta deal with. Now, a lot of times when I make this type of video, people think I'm talking about white collar jobs, and no, I'm talking about all jobs. It's not just white collar that needs skill. In the blue collar world, you need skill now too. Matter of fact, in some states like California, they're not even allowing you to call yourself a journeyman in like electrical and stuff like that unless you can prove it. They're even making people take classes in electrical shit and everything else because people have just been fucking bullshitters and fuck shit up. Okay? And so, yes, even in blue collar world, you're going to need skill. Okay? What if you want to work in manufacturing but you want to make money? Hey, that's cool. If you got enough talent, you can become a CNC operator. And it's funny that when you look for a CNC operator job, even though it's in manufacturing 90% of the time, they don't list it as manufacturing. They list it as CNC. Why? Because it's a skill. It's a skill above the rest, above the basic, above the norm. Actually, not above the norm, because the norm is higher now. But before the norm was down, the norm's actually higher now. But you got to do something. You can't skate the bottom anymore and expect to get money. You're not going to get it. Don't be fooled. You're not going to get paid. Okay? No. It's very hard for me to get where I am. I had to bust my ass. I had to go up against people with MBAs. It wasn't fun. Okay? But people got to do something. Something. If you want to be a carpenter, fine. That's a skill. Okay? You need to do whatever you can to better yourself in that field. If you just scrape the bottom, you're going to be the type of guy who gets laid off in a winter and all this other bullshit. Okay? This is how life is. I do agree we need more higher paying jobs, but people are not just going to be granted these higher paying jobs. They got to be able to perform these jobs. And they will perform them. They got to have. Okay. So it's a catch-22. It really is. And people really, especially younger adults, need to figure out shit, you know, and get it taken care of and go. Some things you can't go to college for. You gotta have talent. Talent is a skill too. So yeah, it's not really hard as far as, like determining, you know, what and everything else. It's the other thing is oh, this lady put it so great, and I know what video it's on that I watched. She said that you have to have enough skill in your job that they'll keep you even when they hate you. And she is so fucking on the money with that statement. That is so fucking true. That you gotta be so good at your job, they'll keep you even if they hate you. True. So there are plenty of things people can do to get money, even if they don't want to work in white collar world. Tractor operator, truck driver, all this shit's skilled. Okay, it might not seem skilled to you, but it is skilled if you got down to it. I mean, if you really asked Sean Oppie in French about all the shit he has to deal with driving a truck, you're gonna realize it's more than turning a key and just popping in gear. What if 13 or 15? You got your over-unders, you got all this other coupler bullshit you gotta deal with, your airs, understanding the principles of air brakes and what happens when you lose air, all this shit that you gotta worry about, load balancing, all this shit. So, it's a skillful job. Plus, you're running around at, 40 plus thousand pounds, and you don't want to kill anyone, So, even that takes skill. So people need to wake up and start realizing that shit in life does not come free. You need to earn it. And if you want a higher paying job, you need to earn it. There's many things people can do out there. But to escape buying a bottom, not going to work anymore. You're not going to make any real money that way. And if you want to barely make it paycheck to paycheck and all this other bullshit, well, then I guess you're going to be right where you want to be. But don't complain about the money, if that's where you end up because you don't want to do anything. So, does America need more skilled jobs? Yes. Is manufacturing coming back going to fix America? Fuck no. Those are non-skilled jobs. It's not going to fix America. $3 trillion in infrastructure that needs to be replaced will fix America more than manufacturing ever would. Infrastructure take 20 years to fix what we have broken right now, not including shit that's going to be broken during the next 20 years. So it's something that at this point we've created enough backlog that it will keep a lot of Americans busy for many fucking years, retirement age. So we need to get Congress onto fixing our infrastructure. We have bridges falling over. We got bridges with holes in it big enough for toddlers can fall through. We need Congress to fix our infrastructure. And that will create a lot of blue-collar skilled jobs. It create a lot of white-collar skilled jobs too. So, yeah, that will fix America a lot faster than manufacturing ever would. Plus the fact manufacturing, when it left America, was employing Mexicans on Americans. But anywho, people become skillful. A teacher, anything, more than nothing. Nothing is no payment. But anywho, peace.